have really been wanting to make a YouTube video for a while now, and I have attempted to make many videos for you guys, and I've just been really struggling with it, to be totally candid. I have had a bit of a rough end of 2025, and I think it's hit me extra hard because I was anticipating ending the year in a really high place and feel a little bit let down. And I've been trying to, I guess, summarize how that's gone for me, and I feel like it just comes off as a lot of negativity. And I'm not trying to spread negativity into the world. I really want to be able to connect and share with you guys. I don't want to be fake by any means, but I know it can be rough to have to witness somebody struggling and not be able to do anything about it. And I have really been struggling. Um, More so emotionally than in any other arena. I think part of that has to do with um, some medication that I'm on, and it does impact me hormonally. So that has been a challenge to work through. And some of the things that I was relying on for like uh, subsistence, I guess, have fallen through or not really been as fruitful as what I hoped they would be. And so everything kind of like converging, this kind of like emotional roller coaster that I've been on with this um, income roller coaster that I've been on, have kind of come together at the end of the year. And that's just what's been going on. That's why I haven't been making videos. Um, I have things that I really would like to share with you guys. I filmed a uh, year end recap of all my journaling systems. I filmed that probably 4 times and deleted it every time. I have a reading recap to do for you guys. I actually did set the goal to read 12 books this year, and I actually read 14, so that is a big win for me. Um, I wanted to go back to school, and I am now in school, so that's another big win. And those are two things that I will be intentionally, my intention is to expand upon those things in 2026. Um, some things that have been challenging, as I've said before and hinted at in other videos, my job situation has been a difficult to navigate. I've actually had 4 jobs this year. Towards the beginning of the year, I quit my uh, day job, if you will. It was a retail position, and that I had been working at for about 2.5 years. Um, and I felt like it was the right thing to do at the time. And I went from that to doing a temp job where I was able to work a lot of long hours and then save up some money. So I was able to save up a good little chunk of money doing that. So I don't regret that. When I finished that job, I got to take over a month off with and just totally dedicate that to spending with my husband, which has been really amazing. That's the most time that we've been able to spend together since he started traveling over 2 years ago now. So that was a win for the year. Um, I did a another temp job where I canvassed for about a month, maybe a little over a month, and that was probably the most challenging of the jobs that I've had this year. And then the last job I did was I was an artist, and I probably completed about 40 small scale, actually really probably more than that if you count like my Christmas ornaments and stuff. I probably painted over 50 individual pieces of art on top of working on about four, yeah, I would say about four medium scale sized paintings, finishing one of them. And the largest one that I've worked on this year is actually the most detailed painting, um, definitely the most detailed landscape painting that I've ever made. So, and I'm making progress on that. So that's actually, those are all really big wins for the most part. So it's not like the year has been a total failure, but I was anticipating getting back into the retail world towards the end of the year, and that has fallen through. I originally thought I was going to be able to go back to the retail job I had before, and that didn't work out. I got a job offer to another store, but they weren't willing to work within my availability. So that didn't work out either. And now, because of that, I've had to dip into the savings that I had amassed during my monitor job, and I am pretty much running out of that now. So I am ending the year and starting the year uh, pretty much at the lowest point financially that I have probably ever been in. Maybe not ever. Yeah, I would say I lived in Florida for a year and a half, and I think I got pretty low during that time period. But I always had a job, so that's the big difference here. That's the thing that is making this a lot harder to navigate than what I thought it was. I live in a small rural mountain town, and the jobs here are pretty scarce, and the ones that are here um, pay like criminally, in my opinion, low wages. Some places are still paying minimum wage, which is only $7.25. I would say the average around here is $10 an hour, which is not enough to live off of. Um, and just being somebody who has got a lot of work experience and never been paid that low, at least not since I was a teenager. And, I have management experience, and I've been in the industry of retail for my entire career. And to essentially be in this position where I'm having to start at the very, very bottom with less than I ever have as a reward. Yeah, it's been pretty challenging, to say the least. But I will say my husband has been very encouraging and supportive through this. I think what my plan, since it is the slow season too, like our economy is like highly reliant on tourism, and it is, the town basically shuts down in the winter. So the likelihood that I'll be able to find a job in this time period is pretty low. And so instead of beating myself up about that, I am just going to live very frugally, at least for a month or so, and deep dive into my art and also my schooling. So I've got an English class that I'm almost finished with, and then I have a math class, which I'm dreading. But I intend to just dive headfirst into that and get it over with as fast as I can. It's a self-paced online course, so my intention is to just go into the classroom every day and work with the teacher on it, though. So, yeah, I feel very rudimentary right now. There's never been a time in my adult life where I've been in a position like this, and it feels really unstable for me. It doesn't feel good to not be contributing to my household financially. And but at the same time, I know a lot of people are going through financial hardships. We're, living in a pretty highly competitive job environment right now. I think across the country, I keep getting that sentiment every time I discuss this with anybody. And I'm just going to try to keep my head above water and keep going. I really need to let this year, the year of 2026, be the year that I own my art practice and make progress on school. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know if all of that was interesting to you. If you happen to have made it all the way through the video, I really appreciate you so very much. There will be some journaling videos coming up really, really soon. I hope to film at least one video tomorrow, which means it'll come up a week after I post this one. And that'll be a journal recap. And I also have a reading recap and a pen recap. So those are all things that I have plenty of time to work on. And I see no reason why that won't happen. Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I would love to talk about them with you in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribe to the channel for more updates on what I'm doing and, my thoughts on my pens and my journaling system and my art career and just generally living in a small mountain town in North Carolina. And yeah, I'm as daunted as daunting as the new year seems. I feel still pretty hopeful, and I feel like the doors to the world are flung wide open, and there's so many possibilities for this new year, and I'm just gonna go for it. I hope you guys have a wonderful happy new year, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday season, and I will see you most likely next year. Bye.